Everyone. I think we're live. There we go. Welcome, everyone. Let me just get a little situated here. All right, great. So we are in my car today. Today is a very odd day. Very high winds, unusually high winds here, and put out the electricity. So there's no electricity, which means no internet. So I've driven a half hour to be of service to all of you because quitters don't quit, winners don't quit. And so while we're waiting for people to show up and post their questions here on Facebook, let's see. Okay, that would be over there. Yes, while we're waiting, I did want to talk a little bit about that. That when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and this is really no time to sit back and if things get challenging to just give up and quit. And so it's just not my nature to when things get tough to just kind of go, oh, that's too hard. I love a challenge. And so when there was no electricity and no internet, and I have my uh, daily meta clearing I do with my group, I made sure that it happened. And so, same with this, being able to do this for all of you. It could be very easy to say, oh, it's just too hard. But no, I'm not, that's not me. And also, hey, Toral, nice having you here. And also, great. Hey, Michael and Catherine. While we're still waiting for you to post your questions and a few more people to show up, I also wanted to address another issue that's come up there. I guess they say when you start to get some haters that you're doing something positive and good in the world. So I'll view it as a good sign. But there's been someone who's been going after my people that post on my page, people who write testimonials, people who share things. And so this person has been trying to recruit uh, you to the other side and very angry and accusing me of lots of silly things like, I'm just doing this for the money. If that were the case, my YouTube channel would be monetized. And so I've turned off all monetization for my YouTube channel because I just actually found all those commercials annoying for the amount of commercials they post. And I have no control of what's being posted as commercials anyway. And for the amount of money they give, I just didn't think it was worth it. And I just find commercials annoying anyway. So I didn't want to subject any of my people who come and watch my channel on YouTube to any of that. So none of that's monetized. This here on Tuesdays, and I also show up on Friday, used to be part of a membership, and people would pay monthly to be a part of those two offerings. Where I would show up. It was actually it was on a private platform. But now I have been directed by Spirit to just come on live for free. And so if I was in this just for the money, I would find all kinds of ways. And so, that's totally not true. I do have, obviously, this is something I do for a living, and I do make money at it. But to say that I'm just here just to make money is ridiculous. But anyway, haters will be haters, won't they? And this is an angry ex Jehovah's Witness, and so he's very intent on causing trouble. And so, people like that, they're not interested in, they're obviously on the other side, the side that is all about creating division, no love, and just intent on bringing more darkness to the planet. So we are doing the exact opposite of that here, and we are bringing more love and more light and more clarity to all of your lives, which is why I'm here asking questions. So let's see what your questions are today. And first up, we have Toral, and I know Toral is in India, so we do have a international platform here. It's nice to see where all of you are coming from. Michael's from Australia, great. This is a big day, very big day for lots of reasons. And we are anxiously awaiting the what's going to happen tomorrow with the inauguration. I think it's going to be very different than what people think. so, so I have a lot of amusement around it, and that's a great tool on how to overcome and combat a lot of the stuff that's crazy going on the planet right now. All right, let's see what Toral's question is. It's work related. I have a travel company, and it's been very tough for the past 12 months. Can you check in case there is some clearing required, and is there any insight or guidance for this company's future? Well, great, Toral. Thanks for asking. So the first thing that I would do is I would create an avatar for this, for your travel. Is it? Yeah, for your travel company. And so it does have a grounding cord, and it does have earth energy coming up through the legs. Let's see if there is a worry circle. Yes, it's out to the third layer. So that's not going to really feel safe for this company to step into its power. Of course, right now, travel industry is very, very hard hit, a very hard hit industry that will continue to play out for some time as travel restrictions are imposed. If they start making vaccines mandatory, that will curb a lot of people from traveling. I know I will never hop on another plane again in my life if that's the case. I will never take a vaccination. That's me. That's what I've decided based on my own research. You guys decide what to do for yourself. So the travel industry, let's pull that energy out of the root of this avatar. And then as we bring the energy down through, let me just check one thing here real fast. Okay, good. As we bring pure source down through the rings of your travel business, let's see how many rings it has. It has about 15. That's actually sort of young. It's either a young business or not very developed. But let's see if we do a little bit of this clearing, and it might help activate more of your rings. So as we're bringing pure source down through the creative rings, these 15 rings, down into the crown, 6. So right at the 6th chakra of this avatar, the energy is stopped out to the 3rd layer, both front and back. So those are beliefs around the business being powerless, and which in some ways is a very big reality about how the travel industry is happening in the world right now. So it may be time to either get creative or to pivot and possibly start doing some other things, getting creative and seeing how else your travel business can help people. I know a lot of people are going online with sharing, like when I see other travel companies sharing destination spots, sharing, you could start sharing tips on how to navigate through all of this chaos that we're experiencing. If travelers need to know some tips in order to be able to travel better, or to find ways that it's easier, or to discover ways that it's not as hard as they think, that would be a very valuable thing to offer the public. So as we're bringing this pure source down through the 6th chakra, down through the throat, down into the heart, where it's stopping again, we're going to go out to that 3rd layer and clear out all the judgments, all the coulda, woulda, shouldas. I wish I had done this. If I hadn't have done that, anything that's like that, we're just going to clear those energies. Okay, great. And then we're going to bring pure source down through the heart and the solar plexus and the 2nd chakra, and then spilling down the root Okay, great. Now we're going to mix these two energies and bring it up the front side of this avatar that represents your travel company. As we come up through the second, third heart, stopping at the heart, all the way out to the 15th layer. So that's the 1%. That's the oppressive energies on the planet that don't want you to connect your heart to your business. Okay, great. We're just going to pull all that energy into the core of the heart. Drop all those judgments down the grounding. And while I'm thinking of it, maybe it's Roma in my ear. If you want to share this with your friends, like you have friends or family that you think may benefit, they could ask a question here and get a little more clarity in their life. Be sure to share that even now. And if you're listening to this as a recording, be sure to subscribe and share and like, all those things. That just popped into my head, so I thought I would share it before I forget. Okay, so as we're helping Toral bring this energy down through the avatar. Okay, good. We're bringing it up the front. 1, 2, 3. It's stopping at the heart. That's where we were. We were out to the 15th layer, clearing that 1% out of the heart that doesn't want us to connect our hearts to our business. They don't even want any heart energy on the planet. It's kryptonite to the dark forces. And so all the more reason for us to stay in our heart center, stay in that core, and stop being pulled out into all of the distractions. So easy to do. I totally get it. Okay, good. So as we're bringing this energy up through the heart and the throat of your business avatar and your 6th chakra crown rings through all the layers of the aura, clearing the 3rd layer, so you're clearing out more of the effort so it's not so hard. And then jumping all the way out to the 30th layer where the reptilian energy hangs out. That's affecting your business as well, especially up at the crown, which is where you get your permission to have this travel business. So, the reptilian energies are right now pretty intent on just the economy and destroying a lot of things. So, clearing this 30th layer, and then the circle of reciprocity. So, the upper 4 chakras and all your rings. Let's see if you have more rings now. Yes, you have 30 rings now, which means that you have more capacity to create faster, bigger, more intensely. But the rings don't care what it creates. It's going to create whatever it's amplifying in this space. But that's why it's important to keep the energies clear so that you don't amplify any fear, any anger. We don't want to amplify those things. So the circle of reciprocity, let's bring the energy out that right arm. And as the fingers are connected together like this, we're going to bring the energy up that left arm, stopping right about the elbow. So we're just going to keep bringing in the receiving. And through the front and back of the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Okay, great. So this is how you use an avatar to clear energies in all kinds of things. We can use an avatar for all kinds of things. So here we're using it for Toral's business. And maybe you can even let us know if you felt any of those energies in you, in your body. Because when our business is an extension of us. So when we're working on our business and on an avatar, even though it's outside of us, this business is, since it's an extension of us, we can feel, or it's very possible to feel these energies inside your body while I'm doing these clearings, even though Toral is all the way in India. So let us know if you felt any of that, if you noticed a shift And that would be helpful for those who are here who are not sure what this is all about or how this works or if it works. Very, very powerful stuff. Great to see you here, Roma. Okay, Roma. Michael says, let it go. If people cannot see your passion, gift, and ability, they have deep issues. Indeed. Hey, Gwen, good to have you here. And Susan, more pure, the more the darkness comes. Look to the light. Absolutely. Yes. And so as things are getting darker, you're going to see more of these people who are intent on siding with the darkness. They are basically out of their minds in a literal sense because they are no longer in their minds. Someone else or something else is occupying their mind. um, I haven't checked, but I'll check for this particular person. I believe he's being very much controlled by fear entities and control beings. So, fear entities. 10. Yes, he has 10. How many control beings? 15. So he is not governing himself. He is being controlled by these energies and influences of the 1% of the reptilian energies. And so that's why we keep coming here, because I'm teaching you how to overcome these influences so you can take them out of your energy field so you don't have to be the influence of them anymore. This is the wave of the future. And so the more of us that master our energy and learn how to do this and teach others how to do this, the faster this world will realign. So we're definitely on a journey here, aren't we? All right, so Ambrish, okay. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for the clearing the pathways last week. I was able to travel to India to meet my 94-year-old father who is in the hospital. Great. So we were doing some work on that, clearing the path. He was having some challenges getting his visa or whatever it was. I can't remember now. But anyway, we did a clearing and now he was able to see his father. So I'm so happy that that helped. So he says, may I request you to clear any other energies so that I hold more space for my father? Thank you again. Yes, let's see what else. First in you that is getting lit up and getting triggered uh, on this journey with your father. And I'm so glad and happy that you're able to be with your father right now, because there's so many people, especially here in the United States, that are being prevented from being with loved ones, having to watch them through a window, or not even be able to communicate at all. So I'm so happy that you're able to have that space with your father. So let's see what's in you that's getting triggered right now. In your root chakra, out to that third layer. So that's going to create a lot of fear around you stepping into your power. So we're just going to let all that go and just send that down your grounding cord. So you also don't have a grounding cord. So let's start there. We're going to start with your grounding cord. We're going to create a grounding cord for you all the way to the center of the earth. And we're going to set that on release. And you can just imagine that this pipe is nice and big, like about so big. And then you can accommodate all of the energies that you're releasing. Okay, great. And you also have a worry circle also out to your third layer. So we're going to pull that worry circle in, sending all that worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, uncertainty down your grounding, so that the earth can recycle it back into something more useful. Because energy can't be destroyed, but it can be transmuted and converted into something else. Okay, great. You also have some energy at the back of your heart, out to the third layer. And so this might be some old programming around proving your worth and value. um, this going to see your father while he's in the hospital, that is absolutely an important and valuable thing to do for both of you. I mean, you don't know what's going to happen with your father. And so this is important to come together. But what I'm clearing, there's an energy here that also has to do with trying to maybe prove how much you love your father, or as opposed to just being in the energy of love and just being love, and love just radiates. So there's really nothing to prove. So we're just going to take that energy out of the heart. And any judgments, coulda, woulda, shouldas, there's always some of that. And then as we come up the front, that looks good. Circle of reciprocity. So your circle of reciprocity, the energy that runs through both arms, that right arm, it sticks right about halfway between your shoulder and your elbow. So we're just going to gently pull that energy out so that you can give of your time, your energies, and not in a way that's trying to prove anything, but just because that's your nature to give. That is our nature as humans. We want to give, and we also need to receive. So the energy stops right at the left hand where your receiving is blocked. So let's gently pull that energy up that left arm so that you can start receiving. It's great to give, but what often happens is we give, and give more and more and more and more until there's nothing left. And we somehow feel selfish when we're trying to replenish ourselves, or we take care of ourselves. That sometimes, I think it's just part of the programming that we've been programmed to think or to feel that it's selfish to take care of ourselves, and that's not true. So we're going to bring this receiving up that left arm. There you go. Up to the shoulder, and then down into the front and back of the heart, clearing any judgments or anything that says, no, you should just give and not receive and be self-sacrificing and be a martyr. So there's about 50% martyr in here. So we'll clear that as we're clearing this energy through the heart. Okay. So through the heart and the throat, 6 crown rings. Excellent. So that's what you needed. Let's just take a quick peek at your dad, who is grounded. He's got good earth energy. He also has a worry circle, so we'll clear that for him. And 7, 6, 5. Also, he has a lot of judgments at his heart, out to the 3rd layer. So we're going to help him clear that so that he doesn't have to feel bad or like he's done something wrong, that now he's ended up in the hospital. He is at that age where he's winding down. My mother passed away last year at 96. And it can be really challenging to watch our parents, deteriorate. And even though we know this is part of the life journey and life path, it's still very challenging to watch. So we're just going to help him clear his heart so he doesn't have to carry any judgments on his path, whether he's going to be here a little while longer or he's really winding down. Good. And then right at the 2nd chakra, there's a lot of anger. He has a lot of anger. So whatever the reasons are, we'll help him release that anger, because that is very counterproductive to healing and to rest. So we're just going to help him let all of that anger go so he can start resting. Okay, great. And then as we bring the energy all the way down, great, we'll bring it up the front. right at the solar plexus, out to that third layer. He's feeling pretty powerless. So at this end stage, it's it's common to feel powerless. I remember my mom, having to, she couldn't drive anymore, and could barely get around and walk, and so they feel really powerless. Okay, good. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. Crown brings aura. Clear the third layer so there's not so much effort in his space. That everything can just feel a lot easier, so he can just relax whatever direction he's headed in. 5. Okay, so the rest of the aura is clear. Check his circle of reciprocity, which is also clear. He's a good giver and he's a good receiver. So learn from your dad. And hopefully that will make things a little easier for both of you. And thank you for showing up too, Ambrish, all the way from India. And that it's like in the middle of the night for you right now. Thank you. So thank you again, even more so, for showing up. I think it's like 1 or 2 in the morning for you. Okay, great. Sandra, can you do energy clearing regarding relationships? I would like to attract healthy relationships. Couldn't see you on YouTube. That's correct. So today, well, I'm glad you showed up here then, because yesterday, I don't know if I said this in the beginning. Yesterday, my phone was stolen. A lot of weird energies going on. And with my phone, it's like in a case, so it has all my money, my credit cards, my driver's license, da 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 da. So I only had one device to get online today, so this is it. So thanks for joining me. And we are right in the middle of doing our 27-day daily meta clearing. So every day we've been clearing all the energies around relationships. And today it was all about past victim energy, or past abuse patterns. That's what it was. So relationships, we are going to attract who we are. And so this is the big part that people miss around relationships, is they don't realize that relationships are around attracting your mirror, and then the mirror shows you all the places that still need healing, that still want some love and light. And so oftentimes when people bump up against that first bump in the mirror, and if they're not in the new paradigm, which is all about taking absolute 100% responsibility for ourselves, when we're in this kind of sacred dance and relationship where we're mirroring to each other, holding space for each other, then we become 100% accountable for everything we create, and we stop blaming other people. So let's put up an avatar. Let me just check a couple things. So one, I want to check your heart. That's all about relationships, right? But it's also about where we self-generate love. This is part of the amnesia program that's out there, that it's helped us to forget that we know how to self-generate love instead of always looking on the outside for someone to fill us up and love us. When love is self-generated, when we go out into the world, we magnetize our ideal love partner, which is a match. Instead, because we're already full, we're already whole, right? We're not looking for someone to fill the missing parts. Okay, so your heart is about 50% open. So first of all, let's open that all the way to 100%. So right now, you spend a lot of time up in your head, and we want to bring all that energy that's up in your head trying to figure things out. We want to bring that down into the heart. So everyone online, and if you're listening to this out as a recording, you can do this, where you're going to bring your attention from your head And you're going to start traveling. It's a very long journey. It's only about 12 inches or 6, depending on how tall you are. But this journey from here to the heart can be very long if there's a lot of energy between here and there. So I want you to start coming down into your heart. So it comes down to about here, and then it stops, and it goes, whoa, there's some stuff there. So we're going to make sure you're grounded so that you could start releasing some of these energies that make you afraid to be in your heart all the way. So just keep breathing and releasing as we're coming all the way down into the heart. So it's right about here. You can see right about here. And as we're coming down, releasing, breathing and releasing. So in your heart right now, you're holding a lot of self-judgments that are not yours. And they've been there mostly since the age of around 10. So at 10, something happened that caused you to really judge and doubt yourself. And so year after year, more and more stuff has gotten piled on top of this to confirm the belief that got planted then, that belief was true. So more garbage and more garbage and more garbage. And so then it's like, I can't even open my heart all the way now because there's just so much judgment in there. It's not a comfortable place to be. So as we're coming down into the heart, there we go. Now notice that difference. The first time I did this, I just started to cry. I just cried. There was just so much pain in my heart, I just couldn't even be there. So if there's emotions coming up, just let it flow. And so now you're down in your heart, but your heart is still closed. So let's open that up. So the place to do that, believe it or not, is down in your root chakra. We're going to go down to the root, out to the 4th layer. So it's still related to the heart, but this is where it doesn't feel safe to open your heart, to step into that vulnerable energy. Maybe there's some beliefs in your heart that relationships are painful. You had some past relationships that went south, and you're afraid that that's going to happen again. So we're going to release this energy at the root. So it's pulled into the 3rd layer, and then it's stopped right there. So there's a big fear in here around being loved, which is different from being unlovable. So you don't have that fear, but you do have the fear of being loved. And if you feel into both of those energies, the fear of being unlovable feels more like a rejection. But the fear of being loved, that can just feel really scary because it feels vulnerable. It almost feels maybe smothering. So we're just going to release all that fear down your grounding. Whew. Okay, great. Excellent. And so now you're in your heart. Let's see how open your heart is now. 100%. Yay! So let us know if that feels different. You probably will start to feel a little less judgmental of yourself, maybe of others, a little kinder to yourself. It'll be a little easier to be nicer to yourself. Maybe you can go out and buy yourself some flowers, and you won't feel guilty or anything. That will feel like, wow, that sounds like a good idea. And taking a nice hot lavender bath and just nurturing yourself, loving yourself, taking care of yourself. This is where relationships start. We love ourselves first. And then once this is all full of love, then it's time to go out and magnetize your match. So let us know if that feels any different. Okay, great. Toral, I felt a lot in my head and my crown. Okay, so this was Toral when we were clearing her travel company. So, great. Good job. And that's all the way in India. So this stuff works. Okay. Hey, Denise. Um, okay, Susan. I have maintained my jewelry store and business with websites and shipping in this pandemic for a year. And now fear is at me so hard due to greedy vendor. How do I clear the fear of failure? Okay, well, let's see where that fear of failure is, Susan. Um, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. It's in your root, out to the 15th layer. So this fear of failure is not your energy. This is an energy that the 1% is using. And the 1%, I don't know how they do it. In fact, it doesn't even matter. It's really more, it matters more that they do it. So they are able to send beliefs and thoughts out into the ethers that people, which we are all antennas, we pick up this stuff. And then we think that just because we're thinking it or we're feeling it, it's our energy. And so it's not. So we're going to clear this fear of failure out of your root that the 1% has implanted in your root chakra. This is where they spend a lot of time and energy, is in our roots, because they know if they can take out the root, they've taken you out at the knees. You know, everything above it gets disabled. So this is one of their favorite places to inhabit your energy field. So we're going to send that energy actually up. We're going to send it up through the central core, because anything that relates to the 1%, we've been directed to send it off planet. Okay, good. So we're just sending that up through your energy field, out through the central core. And just want to say kudos and congratulations that Susan here is showing how she's pivoted, how she's taken this challenge and she's gotten creative and amplified her business more online. And so kudos to you, Susan, for getting creative and being smart. And instead of, poor as me, whoa, like you figured it out. And so that's what all of us need to do when whatever's happening with our business, is we have to start getting more creative, because things in a lot of ways are going to get even more challenging. So this is not the time to sit back and go, oh, it's too hard. It's like, no, we got to dig our heels in and go, how do I get more creative? How do I get clear about what I should do next? Running your energy every single day is going to help with that. So let's see your fear in general, Susan. Let's see where that is. Only 15% fear left. Could be other fears too. So let's see where those fears are. So right here in your 6th chakra, there's some beliefs. All the way out to the 15th layer, again, not your beliefs. Let's pull that 1% energy in all the ways they're making you think that this, that, or the other. So it looks like the vendor has a lot of their own fear that they're dealing with too. Okay, so we're going to pull those fear beliefs out of your 6th chakra, up and out the crown. Okay, and a fear is now 0. And your anger is 0 too. So that means you're just in your passion and you can continue on with this business. Let me just do a quick look at your business avatar. So it doesn't have a grounding cord. I'm glad I did this. So it doesn't have a grounding cord, so we're going to make sure it's grounded. And we're going to bring the earth energy up through the legs, worry circle. So the worry circle is out to the 15th layer for your business avatar. We're just going to pull that in. Send it up. Okay, good. 7, 6, 5, 4. So your business avatar is affecting how you feel about yourself. Business is a reflection of yourself, but there's an energy in your avatar that feels like there's maybe some judgments. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Maybe I should have done that. I shouldn't have done that. But whatever. Let's be here now in the present moment and bring in forgiveness for whatever you think you did that wasn't the best idea. Okay, good. And then, so as we bring that energy down through the heart, solar plexus, it's kind of stuck right there. Third layer, third chakra. So let's pull out that stuck energy right there. Okay, good. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. And then we'll bring it up the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that looks clear. Let's clear the circle of reciprocity now. Out that right arm. So it's stuck right at the shoulder. So you want to be able to give of yourself, your time, your energies. And then let's allow the receiving. So that's stopped right about halfway up your arm, up the forearm. So we're of the avatar. Going to bring that business avatar circle of reciprocity all the way through heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Yay! Okay, keep me posted, Susan, and best of luck with business, that you can keep rocking it. Okay, great. Let me know if you noticed a shift in that as well. Jalpa, hello, great. I was told my aunt has tendency from past life and planetary positions in this life that may gravitate her towards suicidal tendencies. She's a good person, but can get low emotionally since she is on her own. Though with us in the lockdown, can you please uplift this fear program? Okay, so this is in your aunt. Let's see about her fear. Yeah, she's in 95% fear. So we're going to go to the heart first, out to that third layer. So could be a fear, is a fear of not being good enough. And so that's where that suicide part comes in. It's like when you have this belief, and it's basically a hamster wheel, because you're trying to prove something that's already true, or she's trying to prove something that's already true. And but if we have the belief, we're just on the hamster wheel, and there is not enough you can ever do to prove that you are enough. So anyway, we're clearing that. 7, 6, 5. And then in her root chakra, out to that third layer, more of that fear, where things just don't feel safe on the planet right now. Not safe on the planet, doesn't feel safe to be in our bodies. There's a fear of the virus everywhere. So just fear. The virus is fear. That's what the virus is. Okay, so we're just releasing the fear virus down her grounding. Okay, great. And let's see where her fear level is now. 40, it's at 50%. So let's find some more. Okay, there's still some in the root, out to that third layer. So we're going to go out to that third layer. So there's something bigger here than just these energies. There's a fear entity. Okay, so that's out to the third layer. So I'll help her release this fear entity as we pull this entity up into the second chakra, which also goes out to the third layer. There's a lot of anger and rage in this as well. So often people who are very fearful, they're also very angry oftentimes. I don't know if that's the case with your aunt, but it's just a way of kind of covering over the fears. So as we pull this up into the solar plexus, out to that third layer, holding down the power is going to increase the anger and fear. Holding down your power, that's what fear does, is it just stops you from taking your next step. And as we pull this up into the throat, also out to the third layer. Whew. Yeah. So if she hasn't had much permission to have her voice, to speak up, to speak her truth, that's one of the, I would say, number one causes or root causes of anger is not feeling heard or understood. Okay, so as we pull this up into the 6, out to that third layer. Whew. Crown, out to the third layer. Great. As we pull this fear entity now up and out of your ant's crown, sending that off planet. Okay, let's see where her fear level is now. It's down to 15. Let's get the last little bit. Still in the 6th chakra. Out to that 15th layer. So we're going to pull in that 1% energy at her 6th chakra. Still creating some fear. So it's a fear of the unknown. Like people who have grown up in out of control environments, we like to know what's going to happen next. We like to control, and that's where those, the control freak kind of comes in play. Is those are people who generally grew up in really out of control environments, and so now they want to try to control everything. So just releasing that out of the 6th chakra of your ant. Okay, good. So let's see where the fear is now. 0. So send me a report back and let us know how your ant is doing, if she's feeling calmer. Okay, great. Michelle, can you please work on my receiving? Okay, Michelle, thanks for asking. So the receiving channel is in your left arm. So you're a great giver. And yes, your receiving channel is blocked at the left arm, just past the wrist. So we're just going to gently pull your energy in. So this is something you can do. So now that I'm getting it started and clear for you, sign up for the 20-minute recording. I still haven't done the new version yet. My apologies. I will get to it. But listen to the other version. It still works. And it'll help you keep this channel open. So about half of that meditation is all about raising your money vibration as well. Okay, so coming through the heart, throat, 6, crown, rings. Whew. Okay, great. So now your receiving channels are open, and I'm just guessing that you probably want to receive more wealth, rich resources, possibly money, clients. So let's just take a quick peek at your money vibration. Yeah, that's at 500, which is low. It's a vibration of love on the old Hawkins scale. But, like I love chocolate too. But, this new scale, the infinity scale, brings the concept of love to a whole another dimension. Infinite possibilities with love. So, and all kinds of things, infinite possibilities in general. Love, money, rich resources, support, whatever it is we want to receive, right? So be sure to listen to that 20-minute meditation so you can raise your vibration. And now the receiving channel is clear. You can start receiving some really good stuff. And you can raise your money vibration. Okay, everybody's yelling at me to do the money vibration. Raise the money vibes. Okay, so this is how you do it. We'll just do it real quick. Put a big pile of money out in front of you. Put a grounding cord on it. Put that grounding cord all the way to the center of the planet. Start releasing all the beliefs of other people, like your mom. She's not in there. your dad. Yes, release dad energy from your money piles. Children, nope. Partners, yes. So partners, exes, um, yeah, husband, wives, whatever. Release their energy down your grounding and all of their lack mindsets. Well meaning friends, yes. And well meaning family, other family members. You don't have any in your particular case. And then last but not least, anybody related to work, maybe a boss, co-workers, clients, etc., etc., business partners. Here's the last but not least, the 1% and reptilian energies. Send them down your grounding cord. They're always in the money piles because they own most of the dirty money on the planet. So just send that down the grounding. So now imagine this liquid gold stream of energy, because now the money pile is at infinity. So let's bring that money pile, or the liquid gold energy that represents this high vibration. We're going to bring it into the top of our creative rings. So into our crown, through the rings first, as it's coming down through the crown. And then it's going to recalibrate each of your chakras all the way down, 7, giving yourself permission to have, be, and do with money as you choose, and rich resources, etc. 7, 6, 5, 4. Let it stir in your heart. Clear all the coulda, woulda, shouldas. In fact, take a guillotine and just chop away everything from the past, because there's nothing you can do about it now. Just let it go. Okay, great. So now we're bringing that money vibration down through the heart, solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root. Let's bring it up the front, real close to the spine, up through the second and the third. Let it stir at the heart so that money doesn't have to be hard. There doesn't have to be a lot of effort. That's part of the old program, that you have to work hard for money. So the reality is that when you're balanced in your masculine and feminine energies, the masculine energy gets stuff done, creates structures for the feminine energy to flow through. And when the feminine energy is activated, it's going to pull like a magnet all the effort, all the rich resources and opportunities and people and clients and money that you need effortlessly. Like things just start showing up. That's how you know you're in flow. Okay, so as we're bringing this money, where were we going? We're up the front, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're clearing the effort in that solar plexus with the money. Whew. Up the front, 3, 4, 5. Coming out the crown, through your rings, through all the layers of your aura. Let's clear the third layer, so that can also be clear out more of the effort. Okay, great. 3. And then the 15th layer, we're going to start at the bottom. Clear that 1% out of the 15th layer. 15. And then to do the same with the 30th layer, we're actually going to lift this 30th layer energy up. That's the reptilians, up and out of the energy field. And now bring that high vibration of money down through the 15th layer, down through the 30th layer as you recalibrate those. And then we're going to bring the money energy through the circle of reciprocity. So out the right arm from the upper 4 chakras and all your rings, out the right arm. If it feels like I'm going too fast with all this stuff, or you wish you could remember it, or you wish you knew how to write it down or whatever, it's a lot easier just to go get my book on Amazon. And I outline this whole system in my new book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence. So it's available both in Kindle version and as a paperback. So we're going to just send that through all of your channels, through your upper four chakras, all of the rings. All right, excellent. Jalpa's letting us know that 27-day program is special. Today's session was really powerful. I know, wasn't it? It was crazy. Clearing so many abuse patterns. Great. Sandra says she feels lighter. Awesome. We appreciate your feedback. And so, Sandra, we were opening, let's see, what were we doing with Sandra? I've forgotten now. Relationships, right. That was great. Okay, good. Jane. Let's see what we have with Jane. Susan says, thank you. I certainly had a release in my coccyx and root. I have a bit more energy to do what I need to do to keep going. You also help me be compassionate. Yes, yes. It's easy to be hard on ourselves, right? We just keep cracking the whip. So great. Yes, just keep running your energy and you can keep things going again. Okay, getting back to Jane. Could you please help me with a situation where several tarot card readings all say my friends are gossiping and talking terrible of me behind my back? This has shaken me to my core. We've been friends over 30 years, never been betrayed like this. If the cards were accurate, I'm not sure if the pick a card reading was correct, but sounded real. Well, here's more important, Jane. Not whether it's true or not, but really how it triggered you, how it activated some stuff in you. So the reality is that whatever was said did not cause you to feel bad. Whatever this whole concept of someone talking about you is just stirring up in you all the places where you're being really hard on yourself, where you judge yourself, where you betray yourself, so they're just a mirror. It's just like all relationships. Whenever we get triggered, it's not about the other person. It's about us wanting to shine more light in the places that want more love, that want more acceptance and forgiveness. So we are going to go and find in you right now what is getting triggered, where in you feels betrayed. And so let's see. So first of all, right here in your sixth chakra, all the way out to the 15th layer. So the 15th layer is all about that 1% oppressive energy we see on the planet. So as we're pulling in this energy, think about the energy of the 1%. It's nothing but divisive. And that's what this energy is all about. This is creating a division between you and your friends who you think are talking bad about you. And so the 1% just won, right? They implanted this thought in your mind, and you thought it was true, and you created the manifestation of it through these cards. And so now, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So right at the third layer of your sixth chakra, there's a belief that you're powerless. So that's not true. So let's clear that. And there's also, let's see. So there's also some victim energy here that we're also clearing. Right now the victim is at about 50%. So that's also important to clear. Whew. I don't know if Facebook is going to dump me after an hour. We have about 30 seconds left if that's the case. So if we get dumped, I'll come right back, finish up things, and then we can keep going. So we're clearing this energy at your sixth chakra, Jane. where you feel powerless, maybe where you feel betrayed in the past. So we're just clearing some betrayal energy. Okay, so as we're bringing C7, I'm just a little distracted by whether or not we're going to get dumped here. Okay, it's still going. It's been an hour. Okay, good. So we're 7. So we were looking at was it betrayal? What were we looking at? I get distracted sometimes. Forgive me. We're going to clear this energy. So the first place that was getting triggered was right at that 6th chakra, out to the 3rd layer, where you feel powerless. You feel powerless that people are saying things that are not nice about you, and that's causing you to feel bad in your heart. 6, 7, 6. Okay, so this is a really stubborn energy, so that makes me think that there's other things going on here. So I'm going to check for outgrown guide, fear entity. Yes, it's a fear entity. By the 1%, right? So we're going to pull this fear entity in from your 6th chakra. It's out to the 3rd layer, causing you to feel powerless. Whew. And as we pull this up into the crown, it also goes out to that 3rd layer. I'm going to lift this up and out of the crown. Okay, great. The other place that's getting triggered is right in your heart. Also out to the 15th layer. Another energy of the 1% that wants to create divisions, that doesn't want us to be in our heart. So as we're clearing this energy in the heart, we're just going to lift it up. We're not going to send it down the grounding because this is related to the 1% energy. But we're just going to drop all the judgments, all the ways that you're hard on yourself. This is going all the way back to the age of 3. Looks like your dad was pretty harsh. And so it looks like he was the one that originally started this whole pattern of feeling bad about yourself and creating judgments against yourself. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, so a couple other things I want to check is where the victim energy is now. It's at 0. Let's see how open your heart is. 100%, great. And anger, it's about 15% in the root, out to that 3rd layer, so we'll just clear that. Okay, good. So now the fear, the anger is at 0. Fear, 0. Let us know if you're feeling a difference in your energy field. And the other thing that, so these friends, let's see, friends, how many people are corded to you? There are 3 people. They're at your root chakra. So this is not likely to be those people that you were referring to that are kind of like backstabbing you. If they were, they would be in your heart chakra trying to make you feel bad about you. So that's not the case. But you do have 3 people in your root that kind of rely on you for some sense of security. Maybe you're the Rock of Gibraltar in their life, and so they feel safe courting and grounding through you. But if they have a bad day, you're going to have their bad day. So let's pull this out, and we're just going to send that energy back to them. Okay. Well, that should help. And here's another thing too. sometimes our mind will hijack us and we'll be thinking things that are not necessarily even true. This happened with me when I was in Peru. I had an experience. I thought my mom had died. I started grieving her loss and went into a whole thing where I thought she was dead. And then my friend said, "Well, why don't you just call her?" Like, right? That would be too easy. We had been estranged for many years. Anyway, I called her. She was still alive. We reconnected. So I tell you that because maybe you should reach out to your friends. Maybe they haven't said anything. If this is just from a card reading, um, and you can restore your relationship with them potentially. So hopefully this has been helpful, and you can get back to feeling good about yourself and bringing in more love. Hey, Michelle, good to have you here. Okay, great. Well, we're going to end for today. Jalpa says, "Thank you for the amazing clearing from my aunt. Are there any residue past life programs left?" So I'm done clearing for today. And we can revisit that another time. I did clear a lot of stuff that would make her feel like wanting to kill herself. So, um, so thank you everyone for joining me today. We will be back on Friday for Friday's inspiration, where we are going to be talking about stepping into more light. I can't remember the exact thing. Hang on, what a second here. I was just seeing if I could pull this up. Well, just trust it's going to be good. It's always good, right? So we're going to talk all about light, and how we can be more of a light and a positive influence on the planet. Lord knows we need more light, we need more love. And so thank you for all coming here to raise your vibration so you can be a brighter light in the world. And let's do more on Friday. I'll meet you back here. Um, on Friday, I should also be on YouTube by then as well. So, thank you, everyone. Sending so much love and enjoy your day. And we'll meet you Friday. Okay. Namaste.